Ladies and gentlemen, today I want to talk about someone who has profoundly influenced the way we understand success, personal growth, and the power of potential. His approach, though unconventional at times, has been transformative for millions around the world. Through his work, he has shown us that success is not a matter of chance, but a matter of choice. His teachings have left an indelible mark on the world of personal development and business, helping countless people break through their limitations and achieve their highest goals. Success is often perceived as something that only happens to a lucky few, or it's seen as the result of a fortunate set of circumstances. This misconception leads many people to believe that success is reserved for the chosen, that it is something out of their control. However, this way of thinking is fundamentally flawed. Success in its truest form is not a random event. It is the direct result of the choices we make in our lives, day by day, moment by moment. Success is not an accident. It is a series of intentional decisions and actions that ultimately shape the path we walk. By realizing this, we empower ourselves to take charge of our own futures and begin creating success on our terms. The idea that success is a choice challenges the common narrative that only certain people, born with a particular set of skills or wealth, can achieve greatness. Many people view their circumstances as obstacles too great to overcome, whether it's financial struggles, lack of education, or external setbacks. But this belief creates a passive mindset, making individuals feel like their future is determined by external forces beyond their control. The truth is, while circumstances do play a role, they do not dictate the outcome of our lives. It is the choices we make in response to those circumstances that determine where we will end up. At the heart of this belief is the understanding that we always have control over how we respond to life's challenges. We may not be able to control everything that happens to us, but we can always control how we react. For instance, when faced with adversity or failure, we have the choice to give up or to keep pushing forward. We have the choice to see every setback as an opportunity to learn and grow. The power of choice is something we all have access to, regardless of our situation. This perspective shifts the focus from blaming outside forces to taking responsibility for the path we choose to take. When we begin to view success as a choice, we also understand that we are not passive bystanders in our own lives. We become active participants in the creation of our future. Success is not something that happens to us, it's something we actively pursue. Every action, decision, and step we take moves us closer to or further away from our goal. Whether we're deciding how to spend our time, what relationships to cultivate, or how to invest in our personal growth, each choice has a ripple effect. It's through these daily choices that we gradually build the life we want to live. One of the most powerful aspects of choosing success is the realization that there is no one-size-fits-all definition of it. Success means different things to different people. For some, it may mean financial freedom. For others, it may mean achieving a work-life balance, creating meaningful relationships, or contributing to society in a meaningful way. The key point is that success is not determined by external definitions or societal standards. It is defined by us. We have the power to decide what success looks like in our lives and how we will pursue it. By choosing our own path, we gain a sense of autonomy that drives us forward, regardless of what others might think or expect. Choosing success also requires us to let go of the mindset of limitation. Often people are constrained by fear of failure, fear of judgment, or fear of not being good enough. These fears can keep us from making bold decisions, taking risks, and stepping outside of our comfort zones. But when we choose success, we embrace the discomfort that comes with growth. We acknowledge that failure is not the opposite of success, but a necessary part of the journey. Every failure, every mistake is a stepping stone to achieving something great. By choosing to view challenges as opportunities rather than threats, we become more resilient and better equipped to navigate the complexities of life. Moreover, choosing success requires an unwavering commitment to the process. It's not enough to simply want success. We must be willing to take the necessary steps to achieve it. This means staying focused on our goals, even when the road gets tough, and refusing to be deterred by obstacles. Success is often about persistence and consistency, showing up every day, no matter how small the step, and making choices that move us closer to where we want to be. In this way, success becomes less about reaching a final destination and more about a continuous journey of growth and improvement. Finally, understanding that success is a choice allows us to stop waiting for the perfect moment or the ideal circumstances to begin our journey. The power of the mind is often underestimated when it comes to achieving success. We tend to focus on tangible skills, resources, and external conditions, overlooking the most important tool we have at our disposal, our own mindset. The mind shapes everything we do. It determines how we see the world, how we react to challenges, and how we ultimately succeed or fail. Everything starts with a thought. Our thoughts are the seeds that grow into actions, habits, and eventually our reality. Understanding this is the first step in harnessing the full potential of our minds. At its core, the mind is an incredibly powerful force that influences not just our external achievements, but also our internal well-being. Our thoughts influence our emotions, our confidence, and our decision-making. When we believe in ourselves and in our abilities, we act with more confidence and clarity. Conversely, when we allow self-doubt and negativity to dominate our thinking, we limit our potential. This is why developing a positive and empowering mindset is crucial for success. It changes the way we approach challenges and opportunities alike. The way we think directly impacts the quality of our actions and the results we produce. Our mind also serves as the lens through which we interpret the world around us. Two people can face the same situation, but their mental perspective will shape how they react and what they make of it. One person might see a setback as a failure, while another sees it as a learning opportunity. One person might see a challenging task as overwhelming, while another sees it as a chance to grow and improve. The difference in these perceptions is not about the external circumstances, but about the mental frame of reference each individual brings to the situation. The power to choose how we perceive the world around us lies in our minds. The mind also governs our habits, which are the building blocks of success. Success is rarely a product of one-time actions. It is the result of consistent, repeated behavior. Whether it's waking up early to work toward a goal, reading to expand knowledge, or exercising to maintain health, our habits play a central role in our achievements. Our habits, however, are shaped by our thought. If we consistently think about what we want to achieve, our actions will align with those desires. On the other hand, if our minds are filled with negative thoughts or conflicting beliefs, our actions will reflect that mindset, preventing us from developing the habits necessary to succeed. The mind also has the incredible ability to visualize success. Visualization is a technique that has been used by successful individuals across various fields to achieve their goals. By vividly imagining our desired outcome, we create a mental image of success that our minds will work toward making a reality. This powerful tool allows us to rehearse success in our minds, which prepares us to perform better in real life. Visualization programs the brain to recognize opportunities and take actions that align with our goals. It strengthens our belief in our own ability to succeed and makes the path to our goals seem more attainable. Furthermore, the mind's ability to focus is paramount. Focus is the ability to direct our attention toward one thing and block out distractions, which is essential when pursuing long-term goals. In a world full of noise and constant distractions, learning how to focus is one of the greatest skills we can develop. The mind is capable of great concentration when we choose to focus on a single task or goal. Those who achieve success often do so not because they are doing more, but because they are doing fewer things with more attention and dedication. By focusing on what truly matters, we maximize our potential and make the most significant impact. Another aspect of the mind's power is its role in creating and maintaining motivation. Motivation is not something that magically appears. It is something we generate from within. When we align our thoughts with our goals and visualize the rewards of our efforts, we create a sense of excitement and drive. Motivation stems from the mind's ability to envision the benefits of success and to remain focused on those rewards, even when the journey gets tough. People who consistently stay motivated are those who master the art of mental discipline. They keep their eyes on the prize, continually renew their energy, and persist in the face of challenges. The mind also helps us tap into the power of belief. Our beliefs shape our perception of what is possible and what isn't. If we believe we are capable of achieving something, we are far more likely to take the actions necessary to make it happen. On the contrary, if we believe something is beyond our reach, we won't even try. Beliefs have a profound impact on our success, and the mind plays a central role in shaping and reinforcing them. By adopting empowering beliefs and challenging limiting ones, we open ourselves up to a world of possibility. It's this mental shift that allows us to break free from self-imposed limitations and pursue our goals with renewed vigor. Success is often thought of as something inherent, something that only certain people are born with, or something that's achieved by a stroke of luck. This idea can be disempowering because it suggests that success is a matter of fate rather than something within our control. However, the truth is that success is not a mystical gift reserved for a few individuals. It is a skill, a collection of habits, attitudes, and behaviors that anyone can develop. Success is a process, one that can be learned and mastered over time with consistent effort, practice, and perseverance. The first step in understanding that success is a skill is recognizing that it can be broken down into actionable behaviors. Successful people don't achieve their goals because of some mysterious quality. They do so because they consistently engage in behaviors that move them toward their objectives. These behaviors include time management, goal setting, decision-making, emotional regulation, and perseverance. These are all learned and cultivated through practice and experience. Just like learning any other skill, the more you practice these success-oriented behaviors, the more proficient you become at applying them in various aspects of your life. A key aspect of success as a learned skill is the role of habit. Success is not built in a day, but rather through small everyday actions that align with your long-term goals. Habits are the foundation of success because they dictate how you spend your time and energy on a daily basis. Over time, positive habits compound and lead to significant achievement. For example, someone who consistently reads, learns new things, and practices critical thinking skills will naturally build a vast knowledge base and improve their decision-making abilities. These habits, practiced daily, are essential to long-term success. Conversely, negative habits such as procrastination or poor time management can detract from success and must be replaced with more productive routines. Another aspect of success being a skill is the importance of self-discipline. Self-discipline is the ability to do what needs to be done even when you don't feel like it. It's about staying committed to your goals and consistently taking action, regardless of the obstacles that might arise. While many people start with great enthusiasm and ambition, they often falter when things get tough or when motivation wanes. This is where self-discipline comes into play. It's the skill that enables you to push through discomfort, maintain focus on the long-term goal, and stay productive even when you'd rather not. Developing self-discipline is a skill that anyone can learn, and it grows stronger the more you practice. Success as a learned skill also involves developing emotional intelligence, EQ. Emotional intelligence is the ability to recognize, understand, and manage your own emotions, as well as the ability to empathize with others. Successful people have a high level of emotional intelligence, which allows them to navigate challenging situations, build strong relationships, and handle stress effectively. Emotional intelligence is not something you're born with, it is cultivated through experience, self-reflection, and the willingness to improve. Learning how to manage emotions, stay calm under pressure, and communicate effectively with others are skills that can greatly enhance your success in both personal and professional areas. Another vital skill for success is the ability to adapt and learn from failure. People who are successful view failure not as a reflection of their inability but as a stepping stone to learning and improvement. The ability to bounce back from failure, analyze what went wrong, and use those lessons to adjust future actions is a critical component of success. Failure is often seen as the end, but it is in fact an essential part of the learning process. People who master the skill of embracing failure as a teacher are able to navigate the ups and downs of their journey with resilience and determination. This adaptability is a skill that can be developed by consciously choosing to reframe failure as a learning opportunity rather than something to avoid. Critical thinking is another skill that plays a significant role in success. It involves the ability to analyze information objectively, evaluate options, and make well-informed decisions. Critical thinking is essential in all aspects of life, from business decisions to personal relationships. Successful people often approach problems with a mindset of curiosity and objectivity, using their critical thinking skills to weigh the pros and cons and to make the best possible choices. Just like any other skill, critical thinking can be honed through practice and continuous learning. Engaging in activities like reading, debating, and solving complex problems can help improve your ability to think critically and make better decisions. Time management is one of the most important skills in achieving success. Time is a finite resource, and how we use it determines how much we can accomplish. Successful people are able to prioritize tasks, set clear deadlines, and avoid distractions, ensuring that they are consistently making progress toward their goal. Learning how to manage time effectively is not something that comes naturally to everyone, but it is a skill that can be developed. With practice, you can learn to break down large projects into smaller tasks, delegate when necessary, and avoid procrastination. Time management is a skill that, once mastered, can significantly boost your productivity and move you closer to success. Lastly, the ability to network and build relationships is another skill essential for success. Success often involves collaboration, mentorship, and support from others. Being able to connect with the right people, build trust, and foster meaningful relationships is a skill that can open doors to opportunities. Networking doesn't come naturally to everyone, but it is something that can be learned over time. Developing communication skills, being proactive in reaching out to others, and offering value to your network are all strategies that can improve your ability to build relationships that propel you towards success. By recognizing the importance of these skills and continually working to improve them, you can expand your opportunities and increase your chances of success. Personal responsibility is one of the most powerful concepts when it comes to achieving success. In today's world, it's easy to fall into the trap of blaming external circumstances for our failures or difficulties. We live in a society where we are often encouraged to point the finger at others or at factors outside of our control for the challenges we face. However, true success is only possible when we take full ownership of our actions, choices, and results. This means accepting responsibility not only for the good things that happen in our lives, but also for the setbacks and mistakes we encounter along the way. By taking personal responsibility, We gain the power to change our outcomes, create our own destiny, and break free from the constraints that might otherwise hold us back. One of the most important aspects of personal responsibility is recognizing that we are the architects of our own lives. Everything that happens to us is, to a large extent, shaped by the decisions we make and the actions we take. When we acknowledge this, we understand that we are not passive victims of life's circumstances. Instead, we are active participants, capable of making choices that shape our future. When something goes wrong, instead of looking outward for someone or something to blame, we look inward and ask ourselves, what role did I play in this situation? How can I learn from it and improve moving forward? This mindset shift is powerful because it places control back in our hands, allowing us to make better decisions and take deliberate action toward our goal. Taking personal responsibility also means acknowledging that we have the power to change our own circumstances, regardless of where we start. Success is not dependent on external factors like wealth, education, or background, though these things can certainly help. What truly matters is our attitude and our willingness to take charge of our lives. People who are truly successful don't make excuses or wait for someone else to change their situation. They take ownership of their lives and do what needs to be done. Whether it's improving their skills, managing their time more effectively, or making sacrifices in the short term for long-term gains, they understand that their actions are the key to their future. Another crucial element of personal responsibility is the ability to make decisions and stick to them. Successful people are not paralyzed by indecision or fear of making the wrong choice. They understand that every decision, big or small, has consequences, and rather than avoiding tough decisions, they take responsibility for making them. Even when faced with uncertainty, they trust themselves to make the best decision they can with the information they have. And when they make mistakes, they don't shy away from owning them. They see mistakes as opportunities to learn and improve, not as reasons to give up. In this way, personal responsibility empowers them to take decisive action, continually moving forward, rather than getting stuck in a cycle of hesitation. Personal responsibility also involves accountability, which is one of the most powerful tools for success. Being accountable to others and to ourselves keeps us on track and helps us stay committed to our goals. When we make a commitment, whether it's to ourselves or to others, it's essential to hold ourselves accountable for following through. This means setting clear goals, creating actionable plans, and regularly checking in on our progress. If we fall behind or encounter obstacles, we don't make excuses or let ourselves off the hook. Instead, we take ownership of the situation, adjust our approach, and keep pushing forward. Accountability is a powerful motivator because it keeps us honest and focused, ensuring that we continue to make progress toward our goals. Furthermore, personal responsibility means accepting the consequences of our actions, whether they are positive or negative. It's easy to take credit when things go well, but the true test of personal responsibility comes when things don't go as planned. When we fail or make mistakes, we cannot avoid the consequences by shifting blame onto others or making excuses. Instead, we take full responsibility for our part in the outcome and learn from the experience. This is where personal growth happens. Each failure, each mistake, is an opportunity to refine our approach and make better decisions in the future. The ability to learn from consequences, both good and bad, is what enables us to grow and achieve sustained success. Taking responsibility also requires us to avoid the trap of victimhood. It's easy to feel as though life is happening to us and that we have no control over our circumstance. But adopting a victim mentality is a surefire way to limit our potential. When we play the victim, we give up our power and relinquish control over our lives. Personal responsibility is the antidote to this mindset. It empowers us to take charge of our own story, to make changes, and to take action that moves us closer to our desired outcome. When we stop blaming external factors and take responsibility for our thoughts, actions, and reactions, we free ourselves from the limitations of a victim mindset and become empowered to create the life we want. Finally, personal responsibility is about the way we show up every day, our commitment to doing the work required to succeed, even when it's hard. Success doesn't happen by accident, and it doesn't come without effort. It takes discipline, dedication, and consistency. Personal responsibility means doing what needs to be done, even when we don't feel like it or when obstacles arise. It's easy to show up when everything is going smoothly, but the true test of our commitment comes when we face adversity. Taking responsibility means showing up no matter what, doing the work and staying focused on our goals. This level of dedication is what separates those who achieve success from those who fall short. Setting clear goals is one of the most essential steps on the path to success. Without well-defined goals, we risk drifting through life without purpose or direction. A goal gives us something concrete to work toward, a destination that keeps us motivated and focused. The power of having a clear goal cannot be underestimated. When we know exactly what we want to achieve, we can create a plan of action and take deliberate steps toward that objective. Clear goals act as a roadmap, guiding us through life's challenges and helping us navigate the complexities of our journey with clarity and purpose. The first benefit of setting clear goals is that they provide focus. In today's fast-paced world, we are constantly bombarded with distractions, competing priorities, and external pressures. It can be easy to lose sight of what truly matters and get caught up in the noise. Clear goals help us cut through that noise by directing our attention toward what is most important. When we set specific, measurable, and time-bound goals, we are able to prioritize our actions and allocate our energy to tasks that align with our objectives. This focus keeps us on track and prevents us from veering off course or wasting time on things that do not contribute to our success. Moreover, having clear goals helps us maintain motivation, especially when faced with setbacks. The road to success is rarely a straight path, and there will inevitably be obstacles along the way. However, when we have a clear goal in mind, we are more likely to persevere through difficulties. Goals provide us with a sense of purpose and a reminder of why we are working so hard. When we encounter challenges, the vision of our goal can reignite our drive and help us push forward. It's much easier to stay motivated when we have a clear picture of what success looks like and can visualize the rewards that await us at the end of the journey. Clear goals also allow us to measure progress, which is essential for maintaining momentum. When we have well-defined goals, we can break them down into smaller, actionable steps. These smaller milestones become markers of progress that we can celebrate along the way. Tracking progress helps us stay on course and gives us a sense of accomplishment, which fuels our continued efforts. Without clear goals, it's difficult to gauge whether we're making any headway, and we might feel like we're spinning our wheels without any tangible result. By setting clear, measurable goals, we ensure that we can track our success and adjust our actions as needed to stay aligned with our objectives. Setting clear goals also increases our sense of accountability. When we articulate our goals, whether to ourselves or to others, we create a level of responsibility to follow through on them. The act of setting a goal is a commitment we make, and with that commitment comes accountability. This accountability drives us to take consistent action, even when we don't feel like it. The more specific and concrete the goal, the greater the sense of responsibility we feel to take the necessary steps to achieve. Without clear goals, it's easy to let things slip, procrastinate, or make excuses. But when we set clear intentions, we hold ourselves accountable and are more likely to take the actions required to turn those goals into reality. Additionally, having clear goals allows us to align our efforts and resources. Success is rarely achieved through random or haphazard action. It requires focused, intentional effort. When we set clear goals, we can align our time, energy, and resources toward achieving those goals. This may involve making tough decisions about how to spend our time, which projects to prioritize, or even which people to surround ourselves with. Goals act as a filter, helping us decide what is worth pursuing and what can be set aside. By aligning our actions with our goals, we ensure that every decision and every resource we invest is driving us closer to our ultimate objective. Clear goals also provide a sense of direction and reduce anxiety. One of the reasons people feel overwhelmed or stressed is because they don't know what to do next or what to focus on. With a clear goal, the path ahead becomes more structured and manageable. We know exactly what we need to do and what steps we need to take to move forward. This sense of direction provides clarity in times of uncertainty, and it allows us to stay calm and focused, even in the face of challenges. When we don't have clear goals, we may feel lost or unsure of how to proceed, which can lead to paralysis or indecision. But with goals in place, we can approach each day with purpose and confidence, knowing exactly what we are working toward. Setting clear goals also encourages us to step outside our comfort zone. When we set goals that challenge us, we are forced to grow and stretch beyond our current limitations. Achieving success requires taking risks, trying new things, and pushing ourselves in ways we might not have thought possible. Goals that are too easy or too vague do not inspire growth. They simply keep us stuck in a cycle of complacency. By setting clear, specific, and challenging goals, we push ourselves to take action, learn new skills, and become better versions of ourselves. This continuous growth process is what enables us to achieve the level of success we desire. In the journey toward success, one of the most critical mindsets to embrace is the commitment to continuous learning and self-improvement. Success is never static. It's a moving target that evolves as we grow, as the world changes, and as new challenges emerge. Those who stop learning quickly fall behind, while those who dedicate themselves to personal and professional growth remain adaptable, relevant, and competitive. The most successful individuals in any field are those who view learning as a lifelong process, not a one-time achievement. They don't just accumulate knowledge, they seek to apply it, refine it, and expand it at every opportunity. Continuous learning starts with curiosity, the desire to know more, to understand how things work, and to improve one's thinking and behavior. This curiosity drives people to read books, attend seminars, listen to podcasts, watch educational content, and engage with mentors or peers who can offer new perspectives. It's not about formal education alone. In fact, some of the most valuable lessons come from real-world experiences, mistakes, and hands-on problem solving. People who are committed to learning understand that they don't know everything, and they're not afraid to admit it. In fact, they welcome the idea that there's always more to discover, because every new insight brings them closer to greater effectiveness and achievement. One of the most powerful outcomes of continuous learning is adaptability. The world is changing at a faster pace than ever before. Technologies evolve, industries shift, and global events disrupt even the most stable environments. In this fast-moving landscape, those who succeed are the ones who are able to adapt and grow along with it. This adaptability comes from a foundation of learning. When you're constantly seeking new knowledge and developing new skills, you become more flexible in your thinking. You're able to pivot, take on new challenges, and embrace innovation rather than resist it. Learning keeps you agile and ready to respond effectively when change occurs. Self-improvement is the inward expression of continuous learning. It's the process of taking what you learn and using it to enhance your habits, mindset, emotional intelligence, and character. True self-improvement isn't about becoming someone else. It's about becoming the best version of yourself. This might mean developing better discipline, improving communication skills, learning how to manage stress, or building more resilience. Every skill or quality that contributes to success can be improved with effort and intention. Those who pursue self-improvement are not just seeking external success, they are also working to elevate the standards they hold for themselves. A key element of self-improvement is feedback. People who are committed to growth actively seek feedback from others, even when it's uncomfortable. They understand that constructive criticism is a tool, not a threat. They don't take it personally. They use it as fuel for refinement. Feedback allows us to see our blind spots, challenge our assumptions, and uncover areas we might otherwise overlook. Whether it's through mentorship, peer reviews, or self-reflection, feedback is a mirror that shows us where we stand and how we can get better. Embracing feedback is a mark of maturity and a sign that someone is serious about their progress. Continuous learning also fuels confidence. As you grow your knowledge and master new skills, you begin to feel more capable of handling challenges. This confidence is not arrogance. It's a quiet belief in your ability to learn, adapt, and overcome obstacles. When you know that you're actively improving yourself, you begin to trust your ability to figure things out, even when the path ahead is uncertain. That kind of self-trust is incredibly powerful. It encourages you to take risks, stretch your limits, and explore new possibilities that you might have once believed were out of reach. Moreover, a mindset of continuous learning creates momentum. Growth builds upon growth. When you take small, consistent steps toward improving yourself, those efforts begin to compound. You find that your thinking becomes sharper, your decisions become more strategic, and your actions become more effective. Even 5 or 10 minutes of intentional learning each day can lead to significant transformation over time. This momentum keeps you engaged in your journey, making you less likely to plateau or stagnate. It keeps you excited about your future because you can feel yourself getting better with each passing day. Perhaps one of the most fulfilling aspects of lifelong learning and self-improvement is that it's deeply empowering. You're no longer waiting for someone else to make things happen. You're taking charge of your own growth. This sense of control over your development creates a strong internal motivation. You stop measuring success solely by external rewards and begin to appreciate the personal satisfaction that comes from knowing you're growing into someone stronger, wiser, and more capable. The habit of learning and improving becomes its own reward, fueling both your personal evolution and your long-term success. Persistence and resilience are the twin engines that power long-term success. While talent, intelligence, and opportunity are all valuable, they mean little without the ability to endure through hardship and continue moving forward when things get tough. Persistence is the quality that keeps us going when motivation fades and obstacles appear. Resilience is the strength that allows us to bounce back from failures, disappointments, and setbacks without losing our spirit. Together, they form the backbone of every great achievement, because success is never achieved in a straight line. It's the result of navigating ups and downs with unwavering determination. One of the defining traits of persistent individuals is their refusal to give up, even in the face of repeated failures. They understand that rejection, delays, and difficulties are not reasons to quit, but signals to keep refining their approach. They don't view failure as the opposite of success, but as a necessary part of the process. Each setback becomes a lesson, and every no brings them closer to a yes. Persistent people develop a mindset that is solution-oriented. They keep trying new methods, improving their strategies, and seeking out better ways to reach their goals. This attitude of continual effort, even when results are slow to come, is what separates those who dream from those who achieve. Resilience, on the other hand, is the emotional toughness that allows us to recover and remain steady during emotional turbulence. Life is unpredictable, and no matter how well we plan, there will always be challenges that test our patience, energy, and belief in ourselves. Resilience helps us manage stress, stay positive, and regain our balance when we're thrown off course. It doesn't mean that we never feel pain or disappointment. It means we don't allow those emotions to control us or stop us from continuing forward. Resilient people understand that hardships are temporary and that the ability to stay grounded during chaos is a powerful advantage. Both persistence and resilience require discipline. It's easy to stay committed to a goal when everything is going well, but the real test comes when progress stalls or obstacles multiply. In those moments, discipline becomes our anchor. It's the quiet force that compels us to show up, do the work, and stay consistent even when it's uncomfortable, even when we're tired, even when it feels like nothing is working. This disciplined persistence builds character. It teaches us to stay loyal to our goals, not just our feelings. And over time, it becomes a habit, a way of approaching life that naturally produces results. Another essential aspect of persistence is patience. In a culture that glorifies instant success, we often forget that meaningful accomplishments take time. Persistence teaches us to play the long game. It teaches us to commit to the process, even when the payoff isn't immediate. It reminds us that progress is often invisible at first, that breakthroughs often come after long periods of effort with little reward. Those who persist are able to delay gratification, keep their eyes on the big picture, and trust that consistent effort will eventually lead to success, even if it takes months or years. Resilient people also have the ability to reframe adversity. Instead of asking, "Why is this happening to me?" they ask, "What can I learn from this?" This shift in perspective is crucial. It transforms challenges into opportunities for growth and pain into purpose. Resilience is not about pretending things are easy or minimizing struggle. It's about believing in your ability to emerge stronger on the other side. This mindset builds emotional intelligence and inner strength. It enables people to face uncertainty without fear, to adapt without losing themselves, and to move forward with confidence, even after being knocked down. Persistence and resilience are often fueled by a deep sense of purpose. When we are connected to a meaningful goal or a powerful why, we find the strength to keep going even when the path gets difficult. That sense of purpose acts like an internal compass. It reminds us why we started, why we care, and why it's worth continuing. Purpose gives us emotional fuel when willpower runs low. It reignites our determination and helps us endure discomfort, rejection, and fatigue. When we are driven by something bigger than ourselves, giving up no longer feels like an option. It feels like a betrayal of our own potential. Ultimately, persistence and resilience aren't just traits. They are practices. They are built day by day in the small choices we make when things don't go as planned. Do we show up anyway? Do we try again? Do we keep believing in ourselves, even when others don't? These daily decisions add up. Over time, they create a powerful sense of self-trust and inner strength. They teach us that we can handle whatever comes our way. And once we realize that we can keep going, no matter how hard things get, we unlock a level of confidence that no obstacle can destroy. One of the most profound truths in the pursuit of success is that real achievement is not just about personal gain. It's about the positive impact we create in the lives of others. Helping others and creating value are not only ethical choices, but they are also strategic foundations for long-term success. People who consistently look for ways to serve, support, and uplift those around them tend to attract opportunities, trust, and loyalty. They are remembered, respected, and often rewarded, not just financially, but through meaningful relationships and lasting legacies. Creating value begins with a mindset of contribution. It's about looking beyond what we can get and focusing on what we can give. This might be through the products we design, the services we provide, the solutions we offer, or the knowledge we share. Every time we make someone's life easier, better, or more meaningful, we are creating value. And in doing so, we elevate ourselves as well. In every profession, from business to education to the arts, those who focus on solving problems and fulfilling needs are the ones who stand out and make a lasting difference. Helping others isn't limited to grand gestures or large-scale projects. It can be found in the small, daily decisions to listen, to mentor, to support, or to encourage. When we make it a habit to be generous with our time, attention, and expertise, we naturally become people of influence. Others begin to see us not just as skilled or talented, but as trustworthy and dependable. This reputation opens doors that skill alone cannot. People want to work with those who care not just about themselves, but about the greater good. In the process of helping others, we also help ourselves grow. Teaching someone else's skill forces us to master it more deeply. Supporting a friend through a challenge often reveals our own strength. Guiding someone through a decision sharpens our judgment. Success through service is a two-way street. The more we pour into others, the more we are filled with purpose, perspective, and insight. It's a cycle of mutual benefit that enriches both the giver and the receiver. This is why so many successful people make mentorship, coaching, or community service a part of their lives. It feeds their own growth while helping others thrive. Creating value also fosters resilience in our careers and businesses. Trends may change, markets may shift, but the need for genuine value never goes away. When your work is built around truly helping others, whether it's customers, clients, teams, or entire communities, you create a foundation that can withstand change. People will always remember how you made them feel, how you showed up when it mattered, and how your work added something meaningful to their lives. Value is a currency that never depreciates. It builds trust, loyalty, and long-term relevance. Moreover, helping others enhances our sense of purpose. Many people chase success because they believe it will bring them happiness, only to find themselves feeling empty once the accolades arrive. True fulfillment often comes not from what we accomplish, but from the difference we make. Knowing that our efforts have improved someone else's life, even in a small way, gives our work deeper meaning. This sense of purpose is a powerful motivator. It keeps us engaged, even when the journey is difficult, and it reminds us that our actions matter. The principle of helping others is also deeply connected to leadership. Great leaders are not those who command from above, but those who lift others up. They empower their teams, develop future leaders, and create environments where people feel seen, valued, and inspired. Leadership rooted in service is not about control. It's about responsibility. It's about using one's position, knowledge, and experience to make things better for everyone involved. These are the leaders who leave a legacy not just of success, but of significance. Finally, helping others and creating value establishes a positive cycle of reciprocity. When you support others, they are often moved to support you in return, not out of obligation, but from genuine appreciation. This creates a network of goodwill that multiplies over time. Opportunities start to emerge organically, collaborations become more fruitful, and your name begins to carry weight. In this way, value creation becomes a form of invisible capital. It builds relationships, reputation, and in the world of success, these are some of the most powerful assets one can possess. In the end, the essence of success isn't found in secrets or shortcuts. It's found in principles, principles that anyone can adopt, live by, and build upon. The power of clear goals, self-discipline, time mastery, responsibility, continuous learning, persistence, and service to others. These are not just habits of high achievers. They are choices we can each make every single day. The journey to success may look different for each of us, but the foundations remain the same. And perhaps the greatest gift we can receive from those who walk the path before us is not just their results, but their example. An example of what's possible when we commit, grow, and give. So as we reflect on the lessons left behind, not in lectures, but in a life well lived, let us not merely admire success from a distance. Let us adopt these principles, take them to heart, and begin shaping our own lives with intention, courage, and consistency. Because success is not a matter of chance, it's a matter of choice, and that choice is now in your hands.